Hey guys, it's Lee Martin back at it, and I can't wait to get into this Thursday night matchup between the Steelers and the Browns. This should be a good game between AFC North rivals, so let's get to it. Alright, so we see plenty of action on the road dog here, as it's been quite a while since the Browns were favored over the Steelers. And sometimes that perception is tough to shake, when one team has been so much better than the other for so long. But things are changing, and despite the fact that Pittsburgh has a better record than the Browns this year, these two teams are very evenly matched. The Steelers no longer have Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell catching passes and rushing for touchdowns. As a matter of fact, they don't even have Big Ben pulling the trigger, as he's been on injured reserve since week 2. Now, I know that Cleveland has disappointed many who thought they'd make the next step this season, but Nick Chubb might be the best back in football and could be the difference maker in this one. Pittsburgh is in the middle of the pack in stopping the run, allowing a little over 105 yards per game. But that looks like an opportunity for Chubb to get a heavy workload and grind the Pittsburgh defense down. And if the Steelers defense gets tired, then maybe Baker Mayfield will be able to connect to OBJ. That's when this game gets out of hand. Now on the flip side, Pittsburgh's running back James Conner is a solid rushing threat, but he's no Nick Chubb. And if he doesn't make things happen, then Mason Rudolph will have to throw against a Cleveland pass defense that's ranked 7th in the league and with a secondary that's finally healthy. I know Baker Mayfield has gotten a lot of well-deserved grief for his 12 interceptions this season, but he hasn't tossed one in his last 2 games, and maybe things are turning around for the former #1 pick in the draft. Hey, I know it's tough to lay points when you're betting on Cleveland, but the time is right for a Browns victory. 5 years ago was the last time they were favored against the Steelers, and it just so happens they were 2.5-point home chalk, just like they are now. That game ended with the Browns picking up a 31-10 win, and it wouldn't surprise me if history repeated itself on Thursday night. Lay the 2.5 with the Browns over at 5 dimes. Well guys, that's it for me, and if you want more detail on this Thursday night throwdown between the Steelers and the Browns, check out my article on the SBR Picks page. Oh, and make sure to come back to watch my weekly Fab 5 video where I break down my top 5 plays for Week 11 in the NFL, including my Platinum Pick of the Week, where I've covered the number in 4 or 5 games this season. As always, thanks for tuning in. I'm Lee Martin, and may all your wagers be winners.